Alright, what's going on, guys? You might notice that the title of this video is a little different than what you're used to seeing in these sort of situations, and that's because, honestly, I think just this one time, this one might really be a crime, man. I'm not quite sure how to feel, so that's why I need you guys' help to figure this one out. So with that being said, we all know why we're here, so let's get into it. Special ed teacher accused of sex with student complained of stale love life. Okay, so from that title, it doesn't really seem too out of the ordinary. Apparently, she had a stale love life, whatever that means, so she had to get a good dose of that young meat. You know, of course, we've all been there, but before we make any further judgments, we must of course review the visual evidence. Now, unfortunately, I only have one picture, and it's her mugshot picture. I'll put it up on the screen. Usually, I'd like to have more pictures so we can get a more complete understanding of all of the visual evidence, but I don't know. For whatever reason, this bitch had no pics anywhere on the internet. I'm pretty sure I clicked on at least 20 different articles about this story, and this was the only pic on every single one. So I don't know what the deal here is. Usually they have a bunch of pics, but I don't know, her shit's on lockdown or something. So anyways, after reviewing what little evidence we have, I still feel like I can say that this isn't really looking like a crime, right? You know, it's hard to judge off one single mugshot picture, but I say we're looking okay so far, right? But here is where the story gets kind of weird. A married high school teacher in Connecticut accused of having sex with an 18-year-old special education student told another student that she wasn't getting any action at home after the alleged affair, according to court documents. So there's two things that need to be discussed here. Number one, the student, right? When I first read the title of the article, it does state that she was a special ed teacher. I didn't really pay much attention to it because the subject that the teacher teaches in is never really important to the story. They could be a math teacher, history teacher, special ed teacher, you know, whatever the class is. It doesn't really matter. But what I didn't realize, like I didn't put this together, the student was also special ed, which I guess kind of makes sense now that you think about it because that's where she would have met the student. But I thought it was just like a random kid who wasn't like in her class or whatever. But anyways, the student is special ed. So I don't know how it is at your school, but when I was in school, special ed had like a wide variety of students. There were some students in there who were pretty much normal. You know, they went to classes with everyone else. It was pretty much the same as everyone else, just they were still technically special ed. And then there were also kids who had like real issues and they were not able to attend regular classes, so they had their own little like special ed classroom or whatever. I don't know. Now the article does not specify exactly what the deal with the student was. It just says he was special ed. It doesn't say anything about him. So I was thinking like there's two possibilities here. Number one, it could just be like a basically normal kid who just happens to have something that makes him technically classified as special ed or whatever. And he's also 18 plus, so if it was that circumstance, it wouldn't really be an issue, I guess. I don't know, I'm not a doctor or anything. Yeah, like it's probably not a crime in that situation. It wouldn't be too different from it happening to a regular student, right? But on the other hand, I don't know, but like, what if the kid is actually retarded? Like he drooling on himself. He doesn't have the brain capacity to understand what the fuck is going on here, right? You know what I mean? In that case, that's a crime. That's pretty fucking weird, actually. Like, I don't even know. That's real strange. So that's why I'm kind of like lost here on what do I think about this one, because they always hide the details of the student. You'll notice that they never really give any information or show the picture of the students. But I'll come back to this point when I'm ready to make my decision for the video. I just wanted to get that point out there. Now, as for my second point, it also stated that the reason she came after this young man's meat was because apparently she wasn't getting any action at home. Now, that's a bit of a red flag for me, that there's something not right there, because if you're telling me as a woman you're having trouble getting action, That's just not adding up. That's literally impossible. Even if it's like a beluga or a wildebeest or a humpback or whoever, there's dudes out there who just don't care, man. Like, they're down for whatever. No standards whatsoever. So, as a woman, to say that you're having trouble getting action, especially a female whose weight don't start with the number 2, you know, you're in the ones at least, like, I just don't believe that you were having trouble getting action, that the only action you could get was from a high school kid who may or may not be retarded. Like, come on, man. I don't think so. Like, who you trying to fool here? This ain't adding up. But yeah, that's pretty much the 2 points I wanted to make from the article. The rest of the information they give you isn't really relevant to whether or not this is a crime. They talk about her sentencing and stuff. But let's go ahead and come up with the conclusion, alright? So, for this one, I think I'm gonna have to say that this was a crime. Not because of the visual evidence, which is usually the main factor in the story, but just because I don't like this story, man. I just think it's really weird. I really would have to know the situation that the kid is in, like, but it just seems really messed up, man. Like, but that being said, can we just acknowledge that even the special ed kids out here getting ass, bro? Like, that's wild. 2017 is crazy. That's some inspirational shit right there. Like, I guess anything really is possible, dude. Like, that's crazy. And it's a little bit depressing as well. Just think about this. Even fucking Timmy from South Park is getting up in them teachers' walls, but, you know, I can't get up in there, or you can't either, like, but fucking Timmy over here from South Park getting in, like, damn, like, how is that possible, dude? Like, what the fuck? It wasn't like this when I was in school, dude. Like, there was maybe, like, 1 or 2 of these stories every year when I was growing up, but now it's, like, every single week we get a new story. Like, I just can't even make enough videos because there's so many stories out there. I don't know. Times are changing, apparently, or something. I don't know. So anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. I think, once again, I'm gonna have to say this one was a bit of a crime. You know, I don't know. That's just weird to me, man. A special ed student, like, I don't know, you know, what the mental state of that kid was. So that's just a little bit too far right there. But anyways, I guess I gotta give him some props, though. Like, he ain't letting nothing hold him back. So, hey, props on that one, my man, I guess. I don't know. But thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to like, rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.